He's coming with me.
It's girls like you who get men like me locked away from our wives in the first place.
What does that mean?
Whores. You were the king's whore. He's dead. You're nobody now.
You can be married to her, you can be sleeping with her, but you're never gonna get in between us.
Not trying to, buddy.
I'm not trying to.
Exactly.
This is our world! Our world, Mother, and that's what love is, real love!
Kaya di na paura, bro. Agum, lembrado tu a me. David, ne aveva paura niente, ma anche morì. Ma tu non sai che significa. Easy.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It's your boy Terabyt Reacts here, back with another reaction to MADMEN Season 5. So far, so good. If you want to see more episodes of MADMEN, go check them out on Patreon, man. We should be done by the time we get here. We should be done. Let's jump into the reaction, and I will see you guys right after for the review. Our actors are paid nothing. What is this? And who is that? Why is Peter just staring at her?
Does it go like that all day?
Suppose, but I don't hear it.
Are you serious, Pete? You can't fix a leaking faucet, my guy? Please! It's literally one of the easiest things to do. Okay. My man.
You don't even know what's good for you. Spending an afternoon in the pub with our friends?
One, they're your friends. I have no fond memories of hours spent in pubs watching football.
You love football.
No, that's my father. How lovely your face becomes when you tell me you need something.
I'd be happy if you just pretend to have a good time.
Then, pretend I shall. Excuse me, gentlemen, if I may. I have a bit of new business.
Taking leave again?
Not at all. I don't know if you're aware, but England won the World Cup.
Cup of what?
I've begun a little friendship with Edwin Baker, Senior Vice President of Public Relations for Jaguar Cars Incorporated. Completely unprovoked, he made it clear that since their impending merger with BMC, they're looking for a new agency to break them into the American market. Dinner is set.
Yowza.
Spectacular.
I want one.
Jaguar will probably have to hire 10 people who'll be on the payroll for months. Are you sure we can afford it?
I suppose if you brought in an account of this stature, I might say something different.
It's $3 million. Tops.
It's a car. You know, I'd be happy to ride shotgun. If nothing else, I could pick up the check, make you look important.
Honestly, if you want any of us along, Cooper speaks British.
I believe Edwin and I relate to one another on matters both business and personal. Englishman to Englishman.
I love that car.
Can someone give him a few pointers?
That's a good idea.
I'm terribly busy.
I'd be glad to.
Wait a second. I actually think about, is Jaguar really English? Is it English made? Hey Google, is Jaguar English made?
They say Jaguar is a British luxury vehicle brand owned by Tata Motors, one of the
Really?
largest automotive
I did not know that. I didn't know that Jaguar was English made. You learn something every day.
Oh, Don, just a minute. For Saturday night. I promise. No charades, no bridge, just good home cooking and drinks.
This Saturday, I think we're going away.
I doubt that. Trudy will only act on a certainty.
Okay. Thank you. Don, can you get Mrs. Draper?
She's inside.
Request for proposal, Jaguar, blah, blah. Have you ever been fired off an account?
There are worse ones than that.
Would you, take a little bit of unsolicited advice?
It's not pride that's keeping me from asking. I certainly am aware that you're skilled in this arena.
No, I guess I'm Professor Emeritus of Accounts. Look, most people will tell you it's hard to make a mistake. I mean, you just lie. But that won't get you anywhere. The beauty of this dinner is that if you do it right, you can actually have him tell you all the answers.
There'll be plenty of drinks.
Not for you. You order a Scotch, rocks, and water. You drink half of it till it turns see-through. You get another.
Very good.
Then it's kind of like being on a date.
Flattery, I suppose.
Within reason. But I find it's best to smile and sit there like you've got no place to go and just let them talk. Somewhere in the middle of the entree, they'll throw out something revealing. You want to wait till dessert to pounce on it. You know, let them know you've got the same problem he has. You're in a conspiracy. The basis of a, quote, friendship. And you whip out the form.
What if I don't have the same problem?
Something like he drinks too much, he gambles. I once went on a 5-minute tear about how my mother loved my father more than me.
Good then. And if, for some reason, he's more reserved...
Feed him your own personal morsel. Get your answers, be nice to the waiter, and don't let him hear the check. Oh, and find out everything you can about him before you get there.
That I've done.
And you still like him?
I do.
Trudy, I'm glad I got a hold of you. I have some bad news.
We're building the whole party around you.
You see, I'm afraid we're not free.
Don, do you want to go down your list of excuses and I'll combat each one individually? Or should we just skip to the end? If you can't make it Saturday, I will reschedule. It's going to happen, and I promise you'll have a good time.
It's too bad your husband can't close a deal like this.
We both know he's doing just fine.
I love me some Trudy now, man. It's probably like best looking wife in the show.
You okay? I saw you getting a little grain in there.
I think we should go back to riding horses.
That must have been something.
Why don't you have a license yet?
Just wasn't necessary.
I like going down to the city.
Well, maybe you'll move there when you get older. Then you'll get married and you'll move back here.
I'm not getting married until after college. Didn't you hear about the sniper at the University of Texas today? Just 2 weeks after those nurses in Chicago. They don't want me out there by myself.
Don't let them scare you.
I don't know. Things
If
seem
only
so random
shooting
all of a
scared
sudden.
people from doing stuff. Not in America.
Time feels like it's speeding up.
There was a shooting at a Walmart. I still go to Walmart.
I remember when the summer seemed as long as the school year. I used to go every spring to the botanical gardens. And this year, look, it's already August.
In the Bronx? My family donated some of that.
Really?
Generations ago. We should go some Sunday soon. We'd be VIPs. Take turns. Give each other lessons.
We should go back in.
I want to miss the mayhem. Do you like the music?
I do.
I've never lived on the ground floor before, and we don't share any walls, so I can make it as loud as I want.
Trudy has ground rules. No work talk, no baby talk, and you get the big steak.
Look, I'm not going to pretend it's not a big deal to us that you came out.
We're long overdue.
3 years in North Africa, scarcely a blade of grass. Living like a dog.
I've heard men talk with dark permanence about those years.
Not me. Best days of my life.
Then I suppose you must miss it. You must have some melancholy.
It's just how I associate with my youth. What about your war?
I volunteered for combat on numerous occasions, but spent most of the war as a supply assistant in Rosyth.
Well, everyone played their part. That was Britain at its best.
Yes. So I'm glad to hear that America has been good for you.
I'll be honest with you, Lane. I haven't a complaint in the world.
Ken, where have you two made your home?
Doesn't know her name.
It's very down to earth. A lot of workers.
I keep telling them to move out to the country.
Well, we both work in the city. It is beautiful out here.
I grew up in rural Vermont. Kids throwing their bikes on the front lawn is not the country to me.
It's the horseshit, huh?
Don!
I grew up in the country too, and I don't miss walking to an outhouse in the middle of winter.
It's more civilized than that, but there are a lot of varmints.
You should bring that rifle home.
You still have that? There'll be no gun in this house. Now with that Charles Whitmore?
Whitman.
They say he had a brain tumor. He kept warning everyone.
Without a gun, would he be able to kill his wife and mom and 20 other people?
I'm sorry, it's the hostess's prerogative to change the subject.
One rifle for shooting gophers is not the same as a frustrated ex-Marine shooting at pregnant ladies.
Henny predicted it. He wrote a story that was exactly like that.
Cynthia!
What?
Just remembered your name.
I don't want to talk about that.
Why not? I work in publishing. My boss was rejecting him, and I thought it was all he could handle.
What was the story?
Forget it.
No, we want to know.
It's called The Punishment of X4. There's this bridge between these two planets, and thousands of humans travel on it every day. And so there's this robot. He does maintenance on the bridge. One day, he removes a bolt, and the bridge collapses, and everyone dies.
That's morbid as hell. The moral of the story
There's more
is?
to it than that, but
yeah, we'd love to
just
know.
a story. Because he's a robot. Those people tell him what to do, and he doesn't have the power to make any decisions, except he can decide whether that bolt's on or off.
Or he just hates commuters.
How long have you been writing?
By the time I got a job, I thought it would go away, and it mostly has.
No one grows up wanting to be in advertising.
That's not true. It's such an interesting profession to me. What drew you to it, Megan?
Megan came to New York as an actress.
If trying to be an actress is being an actress.
I could see it.
But I had been in a few agencies on auditions, and I saw what Dawn and Peggy did, and I saw a future for myself in it.
Can I interest anyone in dessert and coffee? Hot or iced?
Dave, I'll get the toolbox.
Dawn, what are you doing?
Gonna fix it properly this time.
Superman. Good Lord.
Why are they clapping?
The supply was turned all the way up. Forces the valve.
But it stopped the leak.
That was a coincidence.
Hey, Heathcliff, how was your date? In here got Lord Jaguar to unravel the mysteries of the RFP.
Unfortunately, I was forced to do the plan in reverse, as you suggested. I even offered that Rebecca was unbalanced, but to no avail. Anyway, I've primed him for another dinner when all shall be revealed, and it's on the books.
That's not what I told you to do.
I think Roger and I, and probably Don, should take your friend out to a dinner which is strictly business. Ask all the rough questions, brag about you, then allow you to swoop in, his new best friend, and shine the chrome.
I don't know if that's necessary.
Roger, tell him that's the way the plan always works.
You wouldn't want to hit a golf ball off the tee when you could hit it from the green.
We need you to stay a pure friend. Practice your putting.
He's not an account man. Why is he trying to be an account man? Like, just let them do the job that they're paid to do.
Come on, Link couldn't close a car door.
I mean, inviting
Damn.
him along.
Jeez. You have to let that go now, Pete. Please, man. They need to make up.
I think a man getting out of a Jaguar needs a cold shower. The Jaguar XKE is pornographic.
The flavor?
Gentlemen, not that I don't appreciate the all hands on deck, but I think the cause of our friendship would be best served by us having a little fun.
We'd love to show you a good time. I'm surprised.
What is he
Lane didn't
suggesting?
I don't think Mr. Price and I have the same taste in this area.
Roger, I believe this is your opportunity to shine.
You know what? I have a friend who's having a party right around the corner.
Oh, he likes to get...
I said we're from out of...
Anastasia, he likes you.
I'm not going to bore you with compliments.
What about your friend?
Jesus, Don, even in this place, you're doing better than us.
Well, someone got lucky.
I think one of your sorority sisters isn't very picky.
You're one of those guys who's stronger than he looks.
Okay.
I want some rum, but I think it's in my room.
If Don leaves here and doesn't cheat, I have a whole file, like, even though I respect the fact that he's trying, like, you know, to stay loyal to Megan, if he leaves here, I have found a whole new level of respect for him. No cap. Pete he's just lost in the sauce. I should be just as mad at him because Trudy has never even thought of cheating on this dude.
My first time. Kind of nervous.
He's trying everything. What are you gonna pretend to be this time?
You're my king.
Okay.
Okay, that works. What the hell? I want to be the dominant.
I suppose you know that Officer Logan says to say hello.
I'm not a cop.
Are you interested in someone who's already busy?
Just waiting for my friends.
Well, if there's something you can't find here, a friend of mine has an apartment.
So you think he's gay?
Best I've ever seen that done. I grew up in a place like this.
There's no other place like this.
You're right, it wasn't as nice. We called it a whorehouse.
Ah, I see. Expert? What do you think? Should I get a TV in here?
No.
Well, gentlemen, I asked for fun and I got it.
Unless you're going to give me a pen that says Jaguar on it, you should be reaching for your house keys.
Good night.
2 more stops. First one was the near corner of 72nd.
Telling you, man, Don has been impressing me so far without loyally staying to Megan, and this improves it even more. I gotta give him his props. He was a man whore, and now he's completely different.
Why do I feel like I'm riding with a nun?
I didn't say anything.
I mean, you of all people.
He wasn't judging you, my guy.
Well, have a good night.
I already did. Boy, this is rich. I can't believe I have to explain I was doing my job to a man who just pulled his pants up on the world.
Just go home, take a shower, and forget this.
I suppose there are no stern looks for Roger.
Roger is miserable. I didn't think you were.
I have it all. Wait till your honeymoon's over.
Because I am who I am, and I've been where I've been, that you don't get another chance at what you have.
You have words for a man on his second time round.
Yeah, if I met her first, I would have known not to throw it away.
Respect.
Now I need
Respect.
to take me to Costco.
I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. Why do they cheat on these women that are so good to them is beyond me. I'm asking, it's a rhetorical question, guys. I'm not actually wanting an answer. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm saying it's just so unfathomable in so many ways. Why would I have a good woman that gives me kids, stay at home, take care of the home, you know what I'm saying, warm cooked meal when I come home, make sure I'm good, they look sexy for me, all of that good stuff, and I'm going to cheat? I just don't understand how my mindset would go there. It's not that you can't see women that you're not going to see women that you're attracted to, like, sexually, because it's gonna happen. We're men. We understand that. But as I said, I think our biggest challenge, one of the biggest challenges, I'm going to say the biggest challenge, but I think one of the biggest challenges we have in life as men is to control ourselves. To not, yes, we were created to spread our seed, but we were not created to spread our seed with every woman in the world. Stop the cap.
Mrs. Harris, please excuse us. Immediately.
Oh, it's a
Your
problem.
activities last night have cost us this account. Go ahead, tell him how you corrupted my account and my friend. Edwin's wife, her life destroyed, called my wife with gory details. Because he was caught with chewing gum on his pubis. How dare you laugh at this?
Did she just put it there and forget about it?
Impossible. He would never.
It was his idea.
He thinks you're a homo.
I can't believe the hours I've put into helping you become the monster you've become. It was my account!
Your account? You have no idea what you're doing. In fact, as far as I can tell, our need for you disappeared the day after you fired us.
Mr. Campbell, it'll be enough of that.
Hey! The Englishman took off his jacket.
You and I are going to address that insult.
No.
You're a grimy little pimp. As soon as
Yes,
I raise my hands, I warn you, it shall be too late to run.
Mano and mano, let's go. Okay.
You want to take your teeth out, or you want me to knock them out?
Okay. I'm here for it.
No cooler head shape
Let
than
boys
that.
be
Am I the only one who wants to
boys.
see this?
Let's go. I know he did not just do this. At least Pete has a better stance.
This is medieval.
This is medieval. What the heck is this? This fight is hella fake. What is this? They taking turns? I'm surprised that Pete. I'm surprised that Pete is actually out here fighting though. Yeah.
Fine. Fine. Consider that my last piece of advice.
Hey, he could have walked
you
away,
two,
but
but
he
I
stood
have
up
lane.
though.
Reschedule the meeting.
What happened?
John is really tall, you know that?
If they've tried to make you feel you're different than them, you are.
I love everything about this woman. What? No. Yeah, are you forgetting that Joan is Well, yes, she's newly not with anyone. Joan is such a class act, bro. Stuff like that will get you fired these days. She just opened the door.
Just seem to find no end to my humiliation today.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. I probably would have planted one too. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Even that's not okay in the workplace. But
Where are you headed?
Meeting Megan for lunch.
I'm not as virtuous as you. So you just cut me loose?
What was I supposed to do? Step in? Punch Lane?
Are we even having a fight at work? This is an office. We're supposed to be friends.
that is the biggest misconception you could have about your workplace, my guy. Dude, you got a wife and kid.
The Man with the Miniature Orchestra.
I mean, you have nothing.
By Dave Algonquin.
If anything, you should be proud of yourself. Keep your focus at home, man. You got a wife that loves you. Bruh. Oh my god. What an episode. What an episode. Why am I talking like this? Woo. It has been a treat to watch Mad Men. It has been a treat. I know it's not the most popular show, you know, especially when it comes on to reactions. There's probably like 3 people that has reacted to Mad Men on YouTube, okay? Probably 3. I don't even think it's that much, to be honest. What an episode, man. Pete standing up, gotta give him credit. You know what I'm saying? A man puts his fist up to you. Even if you know you gonna lose, I would rather you put up the dukes as well. You know what I'm saying? If a man's gonna challenge you like that in front of other people, you know what I mean? As long as it stays a fist fight, we good. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta throw down, man, for what you believe in. Now, if it's over something stupid, you know what I'm saying? Then feel free to walk away. You know what I mean? You know, you may lose a little street cred, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if it's not a fight worth getting into, then don't get into it. I'm not advocating for no violence around here. So, great episode, man. I think the moral of this entire episode was, you know, essentially around Don and Pete, right? And Lane in some ways, but not really that big. So this episode was kind of dealing with, you know, Don's promiscuous past and versus Pete, like, being promiscuous right now. And Pete knowing the type of person that Don was before he married Megan. And Don now trying to warn Pete is like, dude, you got a great situation at home. Don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to do all of this. But at the same time, I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to tell you don't do it. Because I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to feel like, you know, I'm trying to control it. I'm just telling you, hey man, you got a good situation at home. Don't fuck that up. Don't mess that up, man. You know, at the end of the day, I definitely got to give Don props. Because I've been wanting this from like season 2. When I was like, when are they going to, you know, make this character develop into a better person? I don't want to watch 7 seasons of Don cheating. If he ends up cheating again, I'm gonna be right there on his ass again about this, because you got a second chance with a great lady. I like Megan, even though I wanted Don and Peggy to end up together, right? I like Megan a lot for him, because it's teaching him certain things, and he doesn't want to make the same mistakes he made with Betty. And that's good. You know what I'm saying? I could come down on Don for his past a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I could do that, right? But at the same time, I gotta give him props for trying while I'm seeing it right now, right? But I'm not gonna come down on him for his past, because He's not with Betty anymore. He's not cheating on Betty anymore, right? He's with Megan and he's trying his hardest to not be in those situations where he's cheating. He had the perfect opportunity to cheat in this episode and he didn't. So I told you that my respect for him is going to grow if he comes out of this unscathed. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't think, like, I'll give you guys an example, right? I'll give you guys an example of a situation where I'm the type of person like this because I've had to go to business meetings. I've had to go to business meetings at strip clubs, right? Client, you know, having a business relationship, trying to build something with someone, and that's where they want to go. Now, I could tell them, listen, man, I don't hang out at strip clubs. You know, it is what it is. It's just not a thing of me. I don't think that, you know, my girl will understand that this is just a business meeting. Shit could pop off at the strip club that you don't want. Girls could come sit on your lap that you don't want sitting there, and then you gotta be rude and stuff like that. I could go through that, and I've done that with certain people. Some people that you're trying to build a relationship with, right? When it comes on to business, sometimes this does happen where they're taking you somewhere and they don't know where the hell you're going, right? And then you just end up at a strip club, and now you can't tell them, hey, I gotta go home. Well, you can, but you can mess up that relationship. So what I do is this in these situations. This might be a lesson learned coming from me to you guys. If you're in a situation like this where you're married or you have a girl, you have somebody you're going steady with, and you in a situation like this, I'm tell you how to avoid. If you go to a strip club, don't sit where the stage is. Don't go sit at where the stage is or in a booth or anything like that. Stay at the bar. Stay at the bar. The most you're gonna get is a girl is probably going to come next to you and try to get you to go sit down somewhere else, or they start asking you weird questions. So right off the bat, no threat harm. It's not like they're gonna come up and like lick your ear or some crazy shit like that. They're not gonna do stuff like that. At least not from my experience. I've never seen it done or anything like that. If you sit at the bar, you're safer there. Now, the client or the person you're trying to do business with might not want to sit at the bar, might sit somewhere else. So that's where you would inform them, hey, you didn't tell me where we was going, right? But I'm here. If we go and talk business, we can talk business at the bar, or we can reschedule this meeting because I have somebody at home that I respect and I'm loyal to, and I'm not about to get myself in no trouble up in here, right? Now, your responsibility as the adult here is to, when you go home, tell your partner what happened and help them to understand what happened. Now, in my case, my girl did not mind it that much at the time. She still doesn't care. Like, she didn't mind it that much because nothing happened, right? And she said, you said it was a business. She trusts me that much. Now, I know some people is going to be like, she cheating too, so that's why she didn't care. Yeah, is that what I'm saying? But because of how she knows how I move, she's seen me in those situations. My girl has seen how I handle things when she's around and other women try to talk to me, right? She's seen it firsthand that I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit, right? So she understands that if I tell her this is what happens, she trusts me to understand this is what happened. Trust me, my girl doesn't go anywhere. My girl, cheating is the last thing I'm worried about when it comes on to her, because not that I'm keeping tabs on her or anything else. We're both like homebodies. We don't really go nowhere, right? Everything I do, all of my income from damn near top to bottom, I do it from home, in the comfort of my home. So I'm barely out. If I have to go meet with somebody, that's the only reason why I leave my house, or I'm going to visit family, or go supermarket, buy things, or I'm going out with her and stuff like that. I'm a real homebody. We go on vacations, we do the thing, right? So I don't think that's the reason why. She has given me no reason to think that she's cheating on me or anything like that. My girl doesn't go nowhere without telling me, and that's not something I had to tell her to do. That's just, she felt like that's her responsibility to do, as the fact that I'm the one that is leading the relationship. She feels the responsibility to let me know where she's going if she's going to go somewhere by herself, right? And she will listen. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If she is cheating, I don't know about it, but I don't think she is, right? And I'm not losing trust over something or worrying about it when it comes on to that. So when it comes on to this whole cheating thing, I think Pete needs to stop. The thing about it is that Judy has known about one of his cheating things when he did it with the maid from next door when they were living in the apartment. She knew about that because he told her about it, right? At least that's what was insinuated in that episode, that he actually told her, and she forgave him. She was upset, but she forgave him for it, right? Cool. You know what I mean? But there's no way I could have a wife like Trudy. I mean, Trudy was very annoying at first, but then she really walked into that wife role, and I truly began to understand her character. Her and Betty did not deserve to be treated the way they are treated by Don and Pete. They just didn't. Now, don't get me wrong. Betty has her issues, and you guys know the thing, the problems that I have with Betty, right? I've made it very clear. But that's not to say that they deserve what their husbands were doing to them, right? That's not to say that. So yeah, man, great stuff. Love the episode. You know, Lane, you're not an account man, guy. You don't know how to sweet talk these clients. It's not Pete's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not Pete's fault. He asked for it. He wanted to have some fun. That's the kind of fun he wanted to have. It seems, because he could have got to the place and you know, just like, this is not what I was talking about, and just left. But he stayed. He had his fun, and they left chewing gum on his balls. What am I supposed to do with that? It's not Pete's fault, but I'm glad that he stood up for himself and don't let, you know, Lane come in bullying him because he wanted to be an account man, and you know, they stepped in and now they lost the account because of it, because of the whole thing. The wife found out. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, yo, I was chewing some gum and I was so drunk, man, I probably took it out and was scratching my nuts. I don't know, man. That's crazy. But in any case, there's plenty of ways that you can tell people are cheating, bro. There's plenty of ways that you can tell when people are cheating, right? If you're actually looking for it, there's plenty of ways to find out. You don't need a PI or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's just, there's certain habits that you will notice when those things are happening. You know what I mean? Trust me, I've counseled a lot of friends. I've counseled a lot of friends through finding out when people are cheating on them. I've done it. And it ain't nice. It ain't a nice thing. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, man, Madmen season 5, keep going. I'm loving it. Leave a like, leave a comment. Catch you guys for the next one, man. Peace.